Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Tonight we return to the American War of Independence and continue the Good Doctor campaign in a game of sharp practice. So we'll be taking a break from the Abbeville 1940 campaign this week. A couple of reasons for that. The first reason is we haven't played sharp practice in a while and I don't want to get too far out of practice with it. And secondly, I got some really sweet support options sent to me by a couple friends of the channel, namely Sam Smith and Scott Driscoll, who sent me some really nice 3D printed vehicles, German and British. So I'm going to spend this week getting at least a couple of those painted up for the next time we continue the campaign. As mentioned earlier, this is a continuation of the Good Doctor campaign. I haven't had a lot of time to develop a scenario this week since I've been out of town all week for work. So I pretty much just came up with the most generic thing I could think of, which is just a straight up fight between the two forces. And we've also been wanting to get a more pitched battle going instead of just raids and small unit actions that we've been doing up to this point. This scenario is called Battle of the Barn. After recapturing the weapons cache, new Continental Commander Stephen Russell has decided to move his force. Meanwhile, Captain Gage has decided to move closer to his commanding officer's headquarters. As fate would have it, both sides have bumped into each other on the march. A pitched battle ensues. The mission we will be using tonight will be Scenario 1 from the rulebook, an encounter. So in this mission, we're going to be playing long table edges. And both sides will roll a random starting point, so it's going to be a third of the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, depending is going to be where your main deployment point is going to be. The objective is to drive the opponent off the board while keeping your own force morale at 3 or higher. And force support wise, we could have up to 12 support. If we roll a 5 or 6, 3 or 4 we get 8, 1 or 2 we get 4 support points each. So really straightforward and perfect opportunity for us to field some large forces. So let's go ahead and take a look at those forces real quick. So we'll begin over here with Captain Henry Gage's British forces. So first of all, we have Captain Henry Gage himself. He's a level 2 leader. He's in charge of 2 groups of redcoats. He's assisted by Sergeant Samuel Martin, who's a level 1 leader. We also have Lieutenant Archibald Argyle. He is in charge of 2 other groups of redcoats. So Andre can choose to either run all 4 of them with all these leaders as one big 4-group death machine, or he can split them up and have 2 groups split off with Argyle, and leave the other 2 groups with Gage. We also have Lieutenant Roger Sharp in charge of 2 groups of light infantry in line. Down here we got Lieutenant Dan Klain. He is going to be in charge of a group of dismounted foot dragoons. So these guys are just regular skirmishers. They're not light infantry. They don't have all the special rules that light infantry have. They're just skirmishers. So they will get the +1 if they are at long range. We also have Son of Magua. He's level 1, as well as Dan Klain. And Magua is in charge of a group of Indian skirmishers. So they are the same thing, but they do have aggressive and tomahawks and a movable deployment point. And finally we have Sergeant Joseph Murray. He is in charge of a light cannon. So that's 7 leaders for the British. So good sized battle for us. So let's go take a look at the Continentals. Here we have the Continental Force. So in charge we have brand new commanding officer of the Continental Force, Captain Stephen Russell, friend of the channel and patron. And I have put him in charge of the entire Continental Force, so no pressure. Assisting him, Sergeant John Knox. He's a level 1 leader. Stephen Russell is a level 2 leader, by the way. And same thing that the British have. He's in charge of 2 groups of Continental line. They just have sharp practice. We also have Lieutenant Bartholomew Hancock in charge of 2 other groups. So they can do the same thing that the British can do. They can either run them all 4 or as 2 groups of 2, or however the commander decides. So leader 4 is going to be Solomon Montrose. He's in charge of 3 groups of militia. They have first fire and no bayonets. And he's assisted by Sergeant Benjamin Adams. He's a level 1 leader. We also have Lieutenant Johnny Walker. in charge of a group of light infantry skirmishers. He's level 1. And we also have Robert Wadsworth. He's back with his Rangers. They have rifles and all the trappings of an elite infantry force from the time period. And finally we have new commander here, friend of the channel, Scott Driscoll. Sergeant Scott Driscoll here. And with him, his daughter Maggie Driscoll has also joined the battle. She's volunteered to help the cause. So she's out here helping her old man man the cannon. So this is a light cannon. And that is it. So straightforward. Not a lot of special rules in this mission. As I said, I didn't have a lot of time to make one. So we're just going to pull one out of the book and do a big battle. So once Andre gets here, we'll go ahead and get started. So Andre is now here. So we're going to roll to determine who gets to pick what side of the board to start on. Whoa.
Ooh!
I
took your die out and I
made it a 6.
Oh man!
I'll start on this side since I'm already over here. Now let's roll up.
Choose the opposite side.
Okay, force morale.
I'll choose to be less than you.
Okay. All right, so we're both at force morale 10. So go ahead and roll 1 for support, Andre.
And
Ooh.
I failed. I rolled a 6, not a 1.
That gives us 12 points of support each. I don't know if we'll actually use that many.
We will not.
But at least we know we can bring what we want.
We can bring it all. Bring it all.
Yep. So we'll go ahead.
Everybody's level 3, and
I think, yeah, maybe we should talk about that.
well,
we don't want too many level 3 leaders out here.
We'll come to a decision here momentarily.
So we placed our deployment points. My primary deployment point wound up here. I placed my movable deployment here at the edge of the wheat field. Andre's primary is in those woods over there where that pig is. And then the secondary is here in front of the barn by the chickens. Terrain-wise, real quick, all the blocks of woods block line of sight. And the wheat fields are soft cover, and the barn is soft cover as well. Support-wise, we both picked exactly the same thing. So we both have the colors, the musician, movable deployment point, extra canister for our cannons, and we both upgraded a leader, and we both upgraded our force commanders to level 3. So that is it, and we will begin pulling chips. Alright, Andre, first chip of the game.
And
there's a lot of chips in there.
What we have here is 8.
Yeah, because I said a lot of chips. Blue 8. That's Sergeant Driscoll with his daughter Maggie manning the cannon. Sergeant Driscoll's going to wait till we see some targets.
7.
Okay, are they mixed up? Or I did stack them and set them in there.
Oh, I was supposed to mix them?
Yeah, that's Robert Wadsworth. So Wadsworth is deployed 9 inches from the movable deployment point, so everyone can come in off it now. Blue flag, sweet. Said I don't want all my blue ones yet.
Okay.
Mix them up, Andre. 3 flags in a row.
But nothing's happened, right?
No. Yeah, I have no random event yet.
Actually, there's nothing random about this at all.
No.
Blue 2.
That's Sergeant Knox, so he's not going to come in.
Okay. Hey!
Hey, something red, alright.
Woohoo!
Red flag.
There is red in here.
There is a lot of red.
Another blue flag.
That's 4, huh?
Yep.
I'm not going to do anything with 4 flags right now. I want to see what I want you to actually deploy something before I decide what to do here.
Well, I'm going to get all my flags out before I deploy them.
Okay. There's like over 20 ships in there. That's Benjamin Adams. He's the sergeant for the militia, so he can't do anything either.
Ooh!
Hey, look at that. Archibald Argyle. So Andre's brought in Argyle with 2 groups. Commissar Argyle.
One of the men wasn't reloading quickly enough. He's encouraging him to, yeah, okay.
Encouraging, yes. That's a good way to put it. Red 6, son of Magua. Alright, correction. He could not have brought in Argyle because this is the movable and only the unit son of Magua can come in out of it first, and then everyone can come in after that. So he had it in the wrong order. So he's going to bring in son of Magua off of that movable deployment point. So son of Magua has come in behind the trees there off of his movable deployment point. Next flag, or next card.
7.
Red 7. That's your cannon, Joseph Murray.
My cannon.
Sergeant Murray has brought his cannon crew in off the main deployment point there and presented. 2. Sergeant Knox. So he can't do anything. Oh, I'm sorry, Sergeant Martin for you, not Knox. Knox is my sergeant. So he can't bring anything in.
He can't bring one section?
I guess, well, no, he would have to be, if you want to split them all up, go for it.
Well, I was going to bring the other 3 with, what's his name? But,
Gage?
Yeah.
Alright, he's not going to do that.
Ooh!
So that's my main man, Stephen Russell. So I brought in my main force here. I guess I should put all the leaders out. So Captain Russell and everyone's coming with them. Bartholomew Hancock and Sergeant Knox and the flag and everything. So go ahead and pull another one real quick. Just not the Tiffin.
Just not the Tiffin.
No, red flag, okay. So I have the 4 flags. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to activate these guys and try to get them into line. So I was able to get them in line with all his commands plus a good move. I don't know if I did it perfectly right, but these guys were in front, these guys snapped, and then the other 2 groups moved 10, so they were able to make it into formation, and so I'm saying that they're in line now. So next card. 3. That's Hancock. Yeah, he can't do anything.
He can pull shock.
Yes. Red 5. Who's that? Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan Klain and his dismounted dragoons. Lieutenant Dan is going to wait. Next card. Tiffin.
I was just looking at those 3 thinking, can I bring something in with that?
You could have brought your whole formation in.
And I almost asked before I showed it, and then I thought, what do I really care? Well, we'll find out.
All right, on to the next turn. All right, Andre. That's Argyle.
3.
So Argyle's come in with 2 groups off of the movable deployment point. 5. Benjamin Adams. That is my militia sergeant. So nothing there.
Not bringing the militia? Half the militia?
No. Half of 3. Johnny Walker is my other skirmish group. So Walker has come in here on my right flank, and we do have range and line of sight to Argyle's group. So you are in column as well. So
am I in column or am I just in a stacked?
No, that's column. If you're stacked like that, that's column. That's considered column formation. So I'm long range hitting 6s. +1 for first fire, +1 for light infantry, +1 for column. So 3s. It does leave me hanging out in the breeze a bit. So all hits. 7. Oh, I'm sorry, missed 1. 6 hits. So you can split them up between the 2 groups. So we'll start with these guys. You got 2 shock there, just for the in the open, and then the next one, 3 shock. Wow, so 5 shock total. 2 here, 3 here. So Johnny is fired and reloaded. 8. That's my cannon. Alright, Sergeant Driscoll has deployed the cannon from the main jump off point. There's his daughter Maggie there, ready to swab the barrel. And, oh, they're going to present as well. So next card. Blue flag. Come on, give me a blue one. Blue flag.
You're awful greedy for getting all the draws.
Red 5. That's, I believe, Lieutenant Dan. Yes, it is. So Lieutenant Dan is again going to sit this one out. Red flag. There it is. Blue 1. That's my main man, Steve Russell. Captain Russell has just had his men move the formation 2d6 at the 45 just to kind of make some room for the cannon. 7. That's your cannon. So he's going to fire his cannon at Johnny. Eden Force has presented first fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hits. That's a lot of hits. me grab some dice here.
Really?
1 dead and a shock.
Wow.
Yeah, I got lucky there.
Oh my.
All right,
okay.
Next card. I tell you, these tabletop CP dice have been good to me the past couple games. Red flag, alright. Another red flag. Uh-oh, don't get another flag.
Refire. 4. Blue 4.
Oh, that's Montrose, finally. So Montrose come in here. I had him in column, but I'm afraid Andre could deploy off that and fire into them. In column, which would make it even easier to hit them. So I had to put him in line. I am blocking Russell's formation, but it's worth the risk. I just hope I get him in the right order next time. Red 6, Son of Magua.
Son of Magua.
Son of Magua has come out. 2d6, and he's going to use his. That was one of his free actions, and his extra action. Well, you know what I mean. he's gonna shoot at Johnny. Needing 5s. 3 hits.
3 hits.
All right, Johnny. Dead. Check it.
And a shock.
No, they're in light cover. But I do lose a man. Yeah, they didn't get the light cover from the cannon because it reduces cover, but they do get light cover from him.
Okay.
All right.
And you want me to pull a...
Yes, please.
Yeah, well, I'm out of position.
And he's unloaded now, too, by the way.
Well, that's why.
That's why you brought all the smoke.
That's why we're smoking.
Okay. Now, next card.
All right. 2 blue.
That's Sergeant Knox. Yeah, he can't really do a whole lot over there.
Tiffin.
What? He never even got Argyle to pull any shock off. So you have 3, I have 2. Do you have anything that hasn't activated? So you can do something with those guys. So this guy actually did something this turn. So Wadsworth is going to activate on a blue flag. So Wadsworth's men have moved up a d6. They got a 6. They moved into the woods, and we're going to fire onto the cannon. So 7 shots, needing 4s. 3 hits. And we're going to say hard cover because there's 3 layers of soft cover in between. So 1 dead. Check your leader. It's him. See what happens to him. He loses a command initiative. So he's down to level 0. So you're in trouble there. You're going to have to use a flag to activate. So go ahead and roll bad thing real quick. Probably -2. We'll check it. Next turn. What's his name? Wadsworth. I keep wanting to call him Hickok for some reason. He half reloaded, by the way. Okay, next. First card.
Wild Bill Wadsworth.
Red flag.
That's a different start.
Yeah, it's been blue so far, huh?
Oh.
Montrose.
Back to it.
Montrose has moved at a 45 up to the edge of the woods. Next card, please. Blue flag. Red flag. Uh-oh.
Tiffin.
Up and at him. No, that's 3 flags in a row. Last one that did anything was Montrose. So we'll do a moving random event. A 6. Step out, lads. The unit has spring in the step, may add 1d6 of movement immediately. Alright. So Montrose got a free 4-inch move. And he's up in the woods now. So next card. Since you didn't step in any dung. Blue 6. That's Walker. So Walker has just moved back into the wheat field. Took all of his moves.
4.
Red 4. That's Roger Sharp. That's your 2 groups of light infantry in line. Wow. There, Roger Sharp has brought his light infantrymen in, and he's presented. That's Hancock. He is mixed in with these guys. Hancock can do nothing at the moment. 7. That's Wadsworth. So Wadsworth has moved out there, and he's going to fire all the way back over here at Sharp. Needing 5s. He reloaded, moved 1d6. Actually, I still have an action left, don't I? I can move, actually. Let me fire and see what happens here. I want to reload. Look at that. 4 hits. I'll be sad when I run out of these tabletop CP dice. You can split them up.
So it's 2 and 2, or so do I have to do the groups behind also?
No, just because I'm not a formation, so just 2 each. Let's just start with these guys. It's a point of shock. The other group is a dead and a shock. But the dead is on the one that does not have the leader. So just a point of shock each. Wadsworth is used his last action to half reload. Actually, I'm going to tap reload, so pull that off. I'm just going to go as musket profile from here. A little bit closer than I wanted to get him, but that's how it worked out. Red 5. Lieutenant Dan and his foot dragoons. So Lieutenant Dan has come in over there and he's going to fire 7 shots. Who's shooting at? Wadsworth? Okay, so need 4s. What, 3 hits?
4.
4 hits.
4 hits.
Alright, all on to Wadsworth. And 1 point of shock because he's considered 1 level of cover better. So 1 point of shock. Okay, next card. I already put one out. Come on, something blue.
Because you need the help.
I need blue cannon. Red flag. You got 4 flags now.
Got 4 flags.
I only got 1 out. Next card. Are you gonna think about using it? We'll let him think about it. He's not gonna do anything.
And
blue flag. All right.
Blue flag.
Red 3. That's Argyle. That's him.
Yay.
So Argyle here has used 2 of the flags to remove 2 shock. He used 1 of his own commands to move a shock, and he moved them up 4 inches this direction. Next card.
Blue 5.
Benjamin Adams. That's the dude, the sergeant here, so he's got really nothing to do except encourage the men.
Go, boys, go.
You can do it.
Rah, rah.
Next card.
I found a really thick one. It was 2 of them stuck together.
Nice. That's Samuel Martin. He's your sergeant for your main commander there. Alright, so he's just going to stay off the board with his commander. That's your main man. Woohoo! Now your main man can finally come in. So Gage come in. He has the musician, so he doubles his command range. So he's ordered the cannon, Sergeant Murray, to move up to the edge of the woods. And then he removed 2 shock on these guys. They're out of line of sight, so we're saying he could do that. And that's it.
Until the blue 2.
Sergeant Martin, yeah, he can't do anything. No, Sergeant Knox. I keep getting those 2 mixed. I should just switch them around.
A blue flag. You're at 3.
Okay.
Main man.
Okay. Alright. Now we're going to do something. Alright, so Captain Russell has had so we had a 4-man or 4-group formation. He had these 2 guys wheel backwards and they broke the formation, and these guys wheeled forward, and then he put Bartholomew Hancock in charge of these 2 groups. So now we're facing the right direction. Now we're ready for a full-on line.
There's your 4th flag.
Is it really?
Yep.
Alright, hold on. So I'm going to use my 4 flags, and I'm going to reactivate Stephen Russell, and we're going to fire on the son of Magua. So it's I'm going to present and fire with 16 plus 3 for Russell. That's 19 shots. First fire, controlled volley. Those stack, right? I think they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
So I'm needing 4s. Okay, what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. You are in light cover, however.
Why aren't I in heavy cover?
Why would you be in heavy cover?
Because you're in the field and I'm a skirmisher.
Well, okay. Okay, fine. Heavy cover then. Do you want to play it that way?
Well, you're hiding back in the...
Well, I'm right on, almost, not right on the edge, but I'm pretty close to it.
Well, the edge is the edge.
All right then. I'll remember that, Andre.
I hope so. I'm going to use it again.
Yeah, I know. 1, 2, 2 shock. That's it.
2 shock model.
Well, if I knew you were going to do that, I would have advanced and fired. Well, that sucked. Just 2 shock on Magua. Alright, next card. Eight. Oh, that's Sergeant Driscoll.
Sounds like a cannon.
Yeah, I'm going to fire the cannon at Magua now.
Why
10 shots.
Why 3s?
I'm in effective range. So I'm hitting on 4s, 5s, or 6s.
What?
No, 5s or 6s. I'm presented and first fire. That's +2 on my roll. So I went from 5s to 3s.
So I was 4s on my cannon.
Because you were long range. I'm within effective range. You were at long range.
I thought long range was over 60.
No, long range is... I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits.
Only 5 hits.
Only 5 hits, but light cover, since the field plus your 1. So 3
more shock.
That'll slow you down.
You think?
Yeah, 5 shock now. Alright.
Okay.
That should be Son of Magua, right? That is Son of Magua.
Son of Magua.
Alright, so Magua, he used both flags to remove 3 shock. Then his free move, he tried to move with only 2 shock left, and he rolled a 1. So no one's going anywhere next turn. Alright, Andre.
What a mess.
Pull out a blue 1. That's not a blue 1.
I tried.
That's Montrose. So Montrose has pivoted forward off this point here, so he moved 4 up. So he is now has all those guys in his arc. He cannot present, sadly, because he could present, but he just can't present and fire. But I want to get some shots off. So this group, it's going to be soft cover for the cannon and still hard cover for the dragoons, and then it's going to be hard cover for everyone with these 2. So I get 32 shots. So we'll do these. We'll give them 1 of the extras. So just first fire only, so 5s. Probably a bad idea to do this. So talk me out of it, Andre.
I tried.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits, so 2 each. So do 2
so
in hard cover
on the hard.
Yep.
2 the hard way.
A shock, and then 2 soft on those guys. 2 shock. So a shock on the dragoons.
And 2 shock on the cannon.
Yep.
You are laying down the shock tonight, Travis.
It's, yeah, shocking. And then the rest of the guys, these are all 5s, and everything's going to be hard cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Alrighty.
So 3
apiece.
Yep.
Okay.
Dragoons.
3 hard dragoons. 3 hard dragoons.
A dead. Okay.
And me cannon.
Shock.
Another shock.
So a dead dragoon and another shock on the cannon, and I've shot my wad, as they say.
That wasn't Wadsworth, was it?
No. that was Montrose. All right, next card. And he is unloaded, so we'll have to put some smoke out there.
Oh, that's...
Yeah, we'll put more. Make it look a little cooler. Next card, please. Red 5.
Red 5.
Is that Magua? No, that's Lieutenant Dan. That's your foot dragoons.
Oh.
So Lieutenant Dan Klain is going to order his dragoons to fire on these guys in the open here. Needing 5s.
3 hits.
3 hits. See, we're both rolling pretty good tonight.
We are. Well, you're
So
rolling better, but...
They'll all go on to the guys in the open there. A point of shock. I'm rolling better on my saves for sure.
Yeah. No, I'm rolling high on everything, which doesn't necessarily...
Yeah, that's not good when you're rolling saves.
Okay, next card.
Next card.
Blue 3.
Bartholomew Hancock. That's this group here. Alright, so I forgot these guys were unloaded. They fired. Actually, they could have fired and half reloaded because they were already presented. Or was that? I don't remember. It's fine. All right, so I've been debating. You know, so Hancock moved up to the edge, and I could either present and then fire next time, or I could just move up and fire needing 5s instead of 4s. I think I'm just going to move up and fire. I'm going to keep the pressure on here. Come on, 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let me start over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, it was worth it. So 7 hits.
So 7.
Yep.
So 4 and 3.
Yep. And since you're in the open, I'll say put 4 onto the one that has your leader.
Okay.
So 2 shock. If I can get some shock on you, that'll really slow you down. Now the leader group.
So
A dead and 2 shock. Okay. You don't have to roll for that because it's only if skirmishers hit you with a 1. Yeah.
And it was just 1 dude.
Yep.
I'm getting back to it. Yeah, yay! I've only got 3 shock on each one.
All right, so now they have 3 shock on each of the light infantry groups. Whoa!
Wonderful.
Interesting. All right, next turn.
On you.
Okay. Next turn.
Man. Oh, blue
That's
4.
Montrose again. So I could reload and fire again, needing 6s this time. Montrose are going to fire an uncontrolled volley, so I am uncontrolled now. I guess I was uncontrolled last time, technically. But all we're going to do is hear him fire away. So the guys on the end again, needing 6s this time, so not real great. Only 2 hits, 1 each.
Dragoons.
Nothing. Nothing. And then the rest of the guys. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits.
Okay. Dragoons.
Nothing. Cannon. 2 more shock.
Hardcover?
Oh, 1 more shock. How many shock does your cannon have now?
4.
Nice. Sweet.
3
Alright.
each shock for lunch.
Next card. You got a lot of shock out there.
Yeah.
Blue flag.
The sad part is I've already taken off, what, 7 to 8 shock?
I'm taking off a lot. That's Roger Sharp. That's these guys here.
I need some more dice, though.
How many?
I'm at 12.
Alright, so his arc is within range of Montrose. So we're saying he can put them all on the guys on the open if he wants, or he can split them up however you like.
And I like the guys in the open.
Alright. Needing 4s. First fire, control volley.
Whoosh.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
wow.
6.
I looked at this and I thought, man.
Al was looking at
And
this
then I
and
looked
thinking,
at
wow,
this
that's
and
crap.
thought, oh. So how many did I get?
6. So 6 guys, 6 on the guys in the open. So we got 4 shock.
So 4 more?
Yep.
They're up to 5.
Okay, that's a lot of shock.
Something.
It's definitely
It
something.
ain't enough shock is the problem.
Well, I can't move very far. Problem is I don't plan on moving. I'm uncontrolled. So I probably couldn't move if I wanted to.
Well.
John Knox, that's my sergeant for over here. So
Okay.
nothing there. That guy always seems to come out when I...
Number 5.
Lieutenant Dan.
Again.
So Lieutenant Dan is going to fire... How many shock do you have? Just 1. He's going to fire at the guys in the open. 5 shots. 6 shots. 2 hits.
Hang on. That's gonna... Oh.
Like I said.
Oh.
1 shock.
You're up to 6.
Yep, but they're not ready to break yet.
Not even close.
Actually, if that formation takes 3 more, they'll start falling back involuntarily.
3 more?
Yep.
You got 10 guys in there.
Yeah. How many shock do I have? I don't have 7?
6.
Oh, so 4 more.
Like
5
I
more.
said.
5 more.
Like I said.
Okay, not as close as I thought, but still, it's closer.
It's a piling up. They got more shock than anybody else.
That's your main boy here.
Oh boy.
Captain Gage. So Captain Gage, with his 3 commands, he had his own formation move that way and reface. They only move 4 though. Wait. You rolled 2d6. You can only roll 1 and reface.
I didn't reface.
Oh, so you're still facing... Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's why I was so upset with the 4-inch
okay.
move.
Well, I think you're okay though, because I don't think I can get to you. But anyway, he ordered Magua as well. Move 3d6 back this way. 2 plus is free. So he's back in these woods. And with his other command, he had the cannon reload. And these guys are facing... I could get their flank if I could somehow get another shot at them.
Somehow.
Stephen Russell. So Stephen Russell has ordered the cannon to reload. He's ordered Johnny Walker to move up. It took him all of his dice to get there. And he does have the one shock still. And then he's ordered his own formation to move up and present. So next card, please.
Blue 3.
That's Hancock. That's these guys. So Hancock has ordered his group, or his formation, to reload and present. 7, that's Wadsworth. So Wadsworth has moved up with both of his commands. He's loaded as a musket. So I'm within 12 with 4 of the guys, plus the 1 for Wadsworth, an extra 1. So needing 4s plus 1 for being light infantry. So 3s, but you are in hardcover. So that's 4 hits, and then the other 2, so 5 total.
5 hits. All on the Dragoons.
Yep, and hardcover. So 1 shock. Not very good, but it's hard to get those light or skirmishers in cover. Are hard to kill. Red flag.
Need more red flags.
Yeah, we haven't seen many flags this turn. Blue flag.
I said
Oh
we
God.
need more red flags.
Blue 8. That's my cannon. He already activated though, because he was he was ordered to reload.
So why does it seem like you're getting 2 to 1 on the draws here?
I have more.
3 to
I do
1.
have more cards than you.
I got 4 out there. You got
Red
twice
3.
as many.
That's Argyle.
Okay.
So the Argyle has ordered his men to rejoin the formation. So he moved both groups independently. 1 made it, 1 didn't.
Blue 6.
Johnny Walker. He already activated as well.
I was gonna say it's not like you got nothing left.
I don't think I do have anything left, do I?
Red
I
flag.
think everything I have is activated.
Red 7.
Red 7. That's your cannon. I think he's activated.
Yep. Blue.
I got 4 flags.
Again.
Hold on.
Again,
hold
you
the
got
presses.
4 flags.
So I'm going to use the 4 flags to activate Montrose. He's going to take 1 shock off these guys, and then we're going to fire. So 10 minus 2 more, plus I'll give them 1 of the extra. So needing 6s, and I'm just firing straight ahead onto the cannon and the Dragoons with 2 hits there. Oh, yeah.
So these are Dragoons.
A dead Dragoon and a shock on the cannon and a dead Dragoon. Okay?
Yep.
And then the rest of these guys are going to fire, needing 6s. Give me at least 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hits.
Yep.
Put hardcover all around, so another shock each, I'll be happy.
Okay, so wow. Okay, 3 on the Dragoons.
Okay. A dead and a shock. Cannon, 2 shock. How many shock do the cannon have now?
7.
How many guys do they have?
12.
12 guys with 7 shock. Alright, so you lose a Dragoon and take a shock.
So I've got six guys and 3 pigs.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out. But first take a Dragoon out and give him a shock. Because you lost one. And then take a shock, and then you took 2 more shocks. We'll figure out what happens at the cannon. So he's got 1 extra shock compared to men, so he's going to fall back an inch and take a bad thing. And by the way, he is down to 9 now for his for that exact leader for that cannon crew getting wounded earlier. So I guess they'll bring the cannon with them, right? So wouldn't they just drag it along? I don't know.
What if they went back 10 inches?
I don't know. Just roll a bad thing. Yeah, on a 4+, it's a -1. Come on, -1. Yes. You're down to 8.
Woohoo!
Okay, and that was all 4 of mine, so next. And I'm still unloaded and uncontrolled. Next card. Yeah, your right flank is starting to fold. So you got 3 now.
Yay. There's your 5.
That's Adams. That's Benjamin Adams. So he'll take a shock, and you remove a shock there, please. Finally, he can do something besides stand there.
Down to 4 shock.
Okay. Red 6. Son of Magua. Of course, he already activated this turn.
But he can pull a shock.
He could pull a shock.
He will pull a shock.
Okay. So here's down to 1 shock. What'd you pull? Red 2?
No,
that's your sergeant. That's this guy here.
So he's got nothing to do.
Nope.
So I got 2 left.
The rest are yours.
Hey,
a red flag.
gee, should I use my flags or draw 1 more?
The last one at the tiffin. Draw 1 more. Alright, so Gage, he ordered these guys to move again. They moved 2d6, made it that far, but they're still facing the wrong way. And then Gage himself is trying to get over to attach to the cannon. And is the last one, is there any left?
Yeah.
Just the tiffin? Wow, we went through every single one but the tiffin? That's amazing.
No, since you put that little bump
little
on the
notch?
bottom,
That's
it's a lot easier to figure out.
Okay. Next turn.
And
It's blue. Blue 5. Benjamin Adams. He'll pull a shock. Wait,
you
no, that's the wrong
sound
guy.
so disappointed.
It's always that guy. It's always that guy. He can't do anything.
But
I guess it's a good thing when your sergeant
that's
has
another
something to
blue
do.
one.
Blue flag.
Are we really going to do the Travis show again here?
Getting a lot of. That's a blue one again.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I've been getting lucky on the dice or on the card pulls. That's for damn sure.
Come on.
3 flags in a row. So roll a something for him. Oh, he moved last by himself. All right, roll 2d6 for me. Maybe this will get you up there.
7.
Sergeant, tell the men to sing. If the troops are in any column formation, move 2d6. Yeah. Well, you said it was him, not them.
Yeah. But is he still in command of them?
Well, he's in command range. He's not attached. Andre's wanting the best of all worlds.
Well, yeah. We never get to use that rule.
No, you would actually. If he was still with them, you would have been able to use it. That would have been something.
It would have.
But you're trying to get over and save your cannon, so.
Yep. Which, yeah, he was the last one I moved.
Yep. Yeah, you specifically said you were detaching and moving, so there we go. Red 5. I think that's Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan used the flag and pulled 2 shock. He's down to 1. 6. Son of Magua.
He'll,
remove a shock.
How many shock has he got?
Just 1.
Does he want to move up and...
So you are going to pull the shock.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so Magua is shock free.
And woo!
That's my main man. Captain Russell, he's going to command Hancock's forces to fire. He's also within range of Montrose's militia and Driscoll's cannon. All three are going to be ordered to fire. So we're going to fire straight ahead with them into here. Am I within 20? I doubt I'm within 24 of them, but
I know you're not.
it would be nice if I was. No. So I'll just fire back into them. And then Montrose will reload and fire back into the group there. And the cannon will fire at your cannon. So first I'll start with the guys in the open. They still got a full 10 man minus 2. So 8 shots, needing 6s. 1 hit. I was targeting Dan Klein. So see what happens there. Shock. How many shock do they have now?
2.
Oh, just 2. I thought I had more than that. Okay, then
I pulled 2 off.
And then I'm going to, the rest of the formation is just going to fire into that general direction there, needing 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Okay, so 2 each. Hard cover for all.
2 each. Danny boy.
Another shock.
He's back up to 3.
Cannon, nothing. Okay. Now, Hancock will fire. The Hancock is presented, and we're going to fire into sharp, needing 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In the open.
Do I spread them?
Yeah, 2 each, or 3 each.
Okay.
So we'll start with the guy that has the leader, a dead and a shot, 2 shock, and then 2 shock. So 2 shock on them, 2 shock on them, and then a dead. And then last but not least is the cannon. So the cannon firing on his cannon, even they're not presented. So just 5s. 1, 2, 3, 3 hits. And you're in hard cover, right? So
yeah.
Put -1 for the cannonball. And 2 shock. Where are they at now?
9.
And you probably should have fell back last time too.
I did.
I think you're going to fall back off the table.
Okay.
How many guys do you got? 6 with, yeah, you're going to fall back 3 inches.
Yeah.
So you're off, you're gone. And a leader's with them. A level 0 leader. So do you roll for a level 0 leader leaving the table? Routing off the table?
He's still a junior leader, right?
Well, he's a status 1, but he's a status 0.
But it doesn't say status 1 or it says junior or senior leader, doesn't it?
That's chain of command. Oops. Let's look it up. Alright, so we're going to say he's a status 1 level leader just for the sake of going off the table, which is routing. So status level 1 routes off table. What'd you roll?
4.
-1. So you're down to 7. And I guess for the group, for the actual crew of the cannon, you're just going to do group obliged to withdraw. They happen to make it off the table. They didn't get wiped out. They didn't break. So just roll a d6. -1 again. So you're down to 6.
Woohoo!
And I think that's it for me. Next card.
And
7. Blue 7. Who is that? That's Wadsworth. One of the only guys I haven't activated yet. Happens to get his card drawn. You're right. You're right, Andre. I've been getting some damn lucky pulls tonight. So Wadsworth has moved up with his free move, 6 inches. He also used a flag to increase his command, take the shock off. And we're going to try to take down Gage. He's in the open by himself. Made a mistake.
Rebels.
Am I within?
You have no decency, no honor.
We target officers.
And he is at 12 3/4 inches.
So needing 5s. Come on, baby. 2 hits.
Whew.
I don't know how this works, so I guess you roll. How does this work? They're
matters, so.
So I need to roll a 6.
No, I need to roll a 6.
You? Yeah, so don't roll a 6. If it is, then it's him.
Yep.
I think. Go ahead.
Oh, didn't know you were going.
No.
A 6.
So I guess
5 and a 1.
Nothing happens to him.
He got
a hole through
musket
his coat.
through his wig.
Yeah, took his wig off his head. Okay, and the Tiffin. And I have one left. But
Seriously, I got 2 cards.
And do I have anyone left? Johnny Walker, I think, hasn't done anything yet. Alright, Walker's not doing anything. I had nothing left. Everyone else is activated. So back on to the next turn.
If I can get all the cards and
in a row,
a Tiffin and enough flags, I just need a couple free turns here before I have any chance of turning stuff around. But
Montrose, that's not what you wanted to see.
No.
Montrose is going to reload. Well, first he took a shock off the group on the end, down to 3, so I'm only losing 1 shot. And then we're going to have everyone fire into these guys who are facing the wrong direction.
Still.
So, but I'm needing 6s. But still, I could do some, possibly get some shotgun here. 1 hit. So, see what you get. 2 points of shock, and then I'll count up the rest. Alright, needing 6s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did I get that one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.
That's it.
4 of them. So just put 1 on each, and then extra 1 on that one.
Okay.
Oh, 1 on each. Oh, I'm sorry.
So that's
4 shock.
4 shock.
2 shock.
And nothing.
So you got 4 there, and then 2 there, and nothing. Alright, so he's got 8 total shock out of all that. Montrose is just sitting there uncontrolled, just blasting away. Blue flag.
Blue flag. Red 7.
That's your cannon. You might as well take that out of there.
My cannon's still on the board.
Okay, the cannon by itself can just sit there.
So it's loaded. It could just, it's a loose cannon. It could just go off.
Loose cannon. Whoops. Walker. Again, I don't really want to run out. He'll just take the shock off. Another flag. Come on, Andre.
I gotta learn to cheat better.
Yeah. There you go. Son of Magua. Alright, Magwa's just going to sit tight in those trees.
Actually, he'll reload.
He'll reload, alright. He's not sure he wants to die for the gray hair at this point. What's that?
Gray hair's just not looking too bright.
8, that's Sergeant Driscoll. He's going to reload the cannon. Him and Maggie.
Blue flag.
I got 3 now, huh? Hold on a minute. Keep going. A 4th flag. I think I'm going to fire Montrose again into the side of the big formation. So Montrose will take 1 shock off the group on the end, and then the group on the end is going to reload, fire another uncontrolled volley. So needing 6s. Nothing. And then the rest of these guys, I'd be happy with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 2 each.
To each his own.
So we'll start over here.
We take 2 shock before we take 2
4
shock.
shock.
And then we take 2 more.
Next one. 2 shock. Next one. A dead and 2 shock. So 4 shock there. 2 shock here. And a dead and 2 shock there. Alright.
Your cards.
He's going to keep going. So now it's 16 total shock on this formation here.
Tiffin!
Tiffin. Couldn't go any worse for the British. And do I even have anything left?
You already burned those flags.
Oh, that's right. Never mind. So on to the awkward left-hand handshake.
Yeah. I need another round of that.
We'll come back and finish it up. All right. So Captain Stephen Russell in his inaugural battle has done very well. He's defeated the British. Captain Gage has got his wig shot off, and they pulled out of. They just withdrew. Pretty much, I started. I had everything on the board before Andre, and at first I thought that was a bad thing because I was thinking more I should react to what Andre's doing, but now I'm thinking, well, I had everything covered. there's nowhere you could really go. You had to kind of deploy hidden, and once you did that, you had to try to move around these little trees here, and
which
that was not easy.
I didn't see as a huge handicap until the cards just were not coming in the right order or the right amount, or
no.
You know, I had plans. You know, I was trying to do some maneuvers. You know, Magua went out to see how you'd react to that. And
I was worried about Magua at the beginning.
Oh, well, and you did manage to turn, and I had these guys lined up here, and
facing the wrong direction.
No.
Oh, those guys, yeah.
So I was hoping to be able to pound there and, you know, get the cannon up to start, you know.
Canister. That would have screwed them. Canister into militia.
You know.
But I'm out of range. I never would have got within canister range. I mean, unless I was crazy.
Well, still, I really thought I would be able to blow your militia back, and that's, you know.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't deploy at least 2 groups over here somewhere. Having them all right here and nothing but the skirmishers and the cannon over there, you needed at least a couple of groups of guys over there.
Yeah. Unfortunately, where the way you laid out the terrain on this one, it just didn't fit well.
Fit well with what?
Deploying over on this side.
Well, that was all roll of the dice, literally. Yeah. 2 rolls. First you rolled to get that, or I rolled to pick this side, and then you rolled to get the middle. And if you would have actually had your stuff in one of the other thirds, it might have been...
Oh, it would have been very different. And honestly, the cannon, I wanted to deploy over here, and I was planning on bringing the main group of 4 over here. And that was my original thought process, but when it came to the way the order the cards were and where stuff was falling, it just... once I had the cannon over here, it was difficult to deploy more. And I really felt like I needed to have the full line to be able to get a decent amount of damage on you, but I could just never get my troops into position, and really never even... Actually, I've still got my first fire.
Yeah, you never did fire, did you?
No.
Yeah, it was... I have to agree with you that I was getting all the cards I needed when I needed them, and I had a better starting position than you did, and I just was better roll.
You didn't make any critical mistakes. I'm not sure. I mean, I took some risks, mostly because I felt like I was behind and needed to get some luck to get back into it, and they didn't pay off at all.
Well, where I really got lucky was when you fired the cannon at Walker, and I only took 1 shot, or whatever it was. I was thinking that was a mistake. Okay, and I skated on it.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a mistake. I got some shock on you, but it wasn't enough to end the game.
You got 4 shock. You totally pinned down that.
I did good. They did
unit.
Good. But you could have really put a hurt on. And if I would have lost them, then Magua could have just started. Yeah. I would have definitely had to turn these guys, and that would have changed everything.
No, there were some...
That was a big roll.
I was rolling a lot of shock at the beginning, and you weren't, and...
You were rolling bad on saves.
Yeah.
Big time.
That was really the kicker, was my saves.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so, yeah, it was a good game for the Americans. Captain Russell and Sergeant Driscoll both survived, and they both did pretty well.
Hey, Lieutenant Dan.
Lieutenant Dan survived this one. Yeah, he didn't get wounded, and he didn't die. So that's the first time I think he's ever not been hit.
Well,
he seems to be like a musket ball magnet.
Well, I mean, that unit is a, you know, he's always out there on the pointy end.
Yep.
So
yeah,
his unit definitely took a lot of fire.
And actually, this unit is worse than his normal unit. His normal unit is the light infantry, which are better.
Yeah.
So he got downgraded to foot dragoons today, and they're not as good. But in this game, I don't think it mattered a whole lot. So American victory or Continental victory.
Decisive.
Decisive. The British have withdrawn, and that's it. So, yeah, so check out the Facebook group again, Tabletop CP Facebook group, and check out our Patreon as well if you want to help out the channel, keep it going, and make it better. And yeah, that's about it. So we'll see you guys next week for another battle report.